To the best sweat pad experience, tell us about yourself. Your response will be kept private. He, she, they. Pick one, you baldless, genderless idiot. And then it's the Addams family.
Baldless?
Baldless? Yeah, baldless. Pick one, you bald, genderless idiot.
I'm
Oh my god, I can't read.
I am currently baldless because I have too much hair on my head.
Facts! I am also baldless. Oh my god. I showed this to my wife who was non-binary, and they were just like, mood. I would be Uncle Fester too, right? Uncle Fester, is that who he is?
Yeah, he kind of looks like a football.
He kind of does. He does. I know he's supposed to be like, what, like a crypt taker, basically? Just with the way that he looks, but like, yeah, non-binary people, get in the comments. Let me know. Is this the mood? Are you wanting to be like him? Yes, no?
All right, tell us if you're a football or a soccer ball.
Wait, no, that's better. Do that. Oh my god, I love that. Hey kids, how are y'all doing today? I hope you've been having a very lovely day, and I've got another guest with me today. I'm very surprised. Oh my god, I am very surprised to have you on. I was like, oh, she wanted to do it. Let's go. But I'm also very happy to have on. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, what's going on? I am VeryPteri. I like to draw comics sometimes, and I guess this is my voice reveal.
Oh yeah, me just being like, oh, hey, you want to do like a collab together? Yeah, wait. Whoops, where can people find you?
Oh, I'm on Reddit, VeryPteri. I'm on Blue Sky, VeryPteri. I'm on Tumblr, VeryPteri. I'm on YouTube, VeryPteri, even though I don't post anything. And I am in my pajamas as VeryPteri.
So real. All right, well, you ready to react to some posts?
Yeah, let's rock and roll.
All right, memes? Memes.
What I lack in gender, I make up for in social anxiety.
You. That's why I'm now on an SSRI.
Yeah. That's why I put all my effort into looking good, because everything that comes out of my mouth like unbaked flour.
Well, yeah, I feel that. I was talking to somebody last night a little bit, and they're like, yeah, I'm a mess. I'm like, yeah, I'm also a mess. I anxiously flirt with everybody, and it gets me into trouble a lot of the time. And I'm just like, no, I didn't mean to. No.
I'm a serial flirt too. I don't know why. It's like fun, but also like, I guess fulfills that sense of longing, I guess. Like, you know, so it's something you want. So it's like, you're kind of like not serious, but also a little bit serious, and it's
well, and it's kind of just like, for me, it's a way for me to show that like I'm comfortable with somebody, is to be like flirting with them and just say like, oh yeah, no, like I enjoy being around you. It's a way for me to like to kind of say that, but also just like it's just fun. It's fun to make people flustered and flushed in the face sometimes.
Yeah, and I guess that validation of knowing that like you're a little bit charming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got the Riz, even if it is the autism Riz.
The aurism?
The aurism, yeah.
Kind of crazy that I have to basically be a separate version of myself at work. Like, it's me, but it's also not me. A me that only exists while I'm on the clock. It's like Severus!
Can you shut up and switch to Jar Jar already? Oh my god.
That was a great line read.
Perfection. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes like you're just like, God, sometimes I have to be this other person just to be able to perform for them, to be like accepting of who I am. And then whenever I'm like actually in my life, I'm finally able to be myself, and I can just be like, oh my god, it's like that one show that I watch. Or
yeah, like when I'm at work, it's like, you know how when black people talk to their friends, they have one vernacular, but when you're on the phone, you have to put on your white people voice. That's what I did do at work. It's like when my friends are like, yo, what's up? How you doing? And I'm like, at work, I'm like, hi, can you read over these set of rules and have a seat? I'll call you in a minute. So, yeah.
I've heard about that. I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh my god. I hate how like society has pushed people to try to like conform. Just let people be people. It doesn't matter. Fucking Christ, are you kidding me? I go to Arkansas and I hear the heavy southern accent and it's just like sometimes like, oh my god. It reminds me of what's the show? Gator Boys or whatever the
Oh, Trailer Park Boys?
No, it was the people who hunted gators down in like the South. I remember like my mom was watching it one time and I had my friends with me and one of the guys was speaking and my friend was like, what the f did he just say? And I just rattled it out and they're like, I was like, fam, when you're from the South and you hear that southern accent, it just you translate it immediately. But at the same time, like it's just
You know, man, we talking about dang old go down in the South, we're going to Arkansas, you're watching the dang old Gator Boys, you're going to go talking about this dang old gibberish, man. You just got to understand, you know what I'm talking about, man?
yeah, exactly. Oh my god, get my dang on boomhauer going on and just gotta like talk about how yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Will you press the button? Gender swap, but you just want a giant tungsten cube!
Yes. Listen. My wife is a PhD student in physics.
My what?
My wife. They are getting their PhD in physics, and maybe they could use a giant tungsten cube for reasons that I'm not going to quite get into because don't worry about the demon core in the cafe. All right, it's not something that you need to be worried about at all. Nope.
I wonder what the price per ounce is.
Ooh, that's a good question. That would really fund a lot of things.
$2,600 per metric ton. Now, I like gender, but $2,600
per metric. No. You get that along with your gender.
Oh, but. Oh, that's correct.
Yeah.
I know conjunctions.
Are you kidding me? That's free HRT for a lot of people who need free HRT or bottom surgery or other various surgeries that they may want.
That's an excellent idea. We should we'll establish a giant tungsten cube foundation.
Me. I like it when you use my name.
Your friends. You chose it. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when, oh my god, at least I'm thinking of like Doctor Who, especially of like how Master went from Master to Missy, and it just like immediately didn't even phase the Doctor. He was just like, yeah, that's your name. Do you think I care?
My best friend in the world loves Doctor Who, so I gotta send her.
God, Doctor Who is so good. Well,
especially David Tennant, and you know, we stand David Tennant.
Tennant is amazing. We do stand Tennant. Capaldi was okay. Matt Smith was hit or miss. And I haven't really seen anybody past that. I do love Eccleston though. Eccleston was really good.
I've only seen Tennant in F. Now when I think of Matt Smith, I just think of Morbius though.
It's Morbid time.
That's what I said before my top surgery.
Amazing. A 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Jesus Christ.
I haven't even I forgot my name, 12 years at home, the P in my name is silent. And so when I was telling my friends about it, a lot of them were like, is it Pteri or Pteri? And I'm like, no, it's Terry. Like, I mean, I guess because the story goes, like, originally I was going to go with Risa, and then I was going to go with Terry, and then I just thought it'd be funny if I put a P in front of it, and the rest is history.
Yeah, whenever I first saw your name, I was like, oh, Terry, like pterodactyl. Got it.
Thank you. Like, low-key, how you pronounce my name tells me how intelligent you are. Sorry, not sorry.
Well, I'm glad I passed.
You passed.
Ooh. Oh my god. No, I feel you on that because like whenever you're like, especially when you first come out with like your name and you have people who finally just like, nope, this is your name. It feels so good just to finally have people like just say it and like just start accepting of it. It's like when I first came out, my wife was just like, okay, so what's your new name? And I was just like, well, I don't want to go with what my mom wanted to call me because she wanted to call me Cleopatra. That's no, absolutely not. But I want to like honor that in a way. So I took the first part of the name, the Cleo. I was like, okay, how can I use this? Like, I don't want to be Cleo. Oh, according to this over here, the Greeks say sometimes Clea. Oh, wait, I kind of like the sound of that. And then my wife's like, okay, but you got to like make sure that when people read it, it's easy for them to like decipher that it's Clea and not like Cleo is like, fine. I won't be a fucking great nerd and just be like, it's Cleo, but with like, ugh. So that's how I got my spelling.
Nice. You know, when you were mentioning Egyptian and since you're cat, I thought you were gonna go with Basset at first.
Using personality A with friend group B. You can make estrogen by distilling some pregnant horse piss.
How was the party?
Horrible.
Oh my god, Shave. This lady, she's like, because I put her in some of my comics, and like, she's delightfully silly. And like, I think she's the kind of silly that I need present because, you know, in times like this, it's good to laugh. And so like her personality and her comics and, you know, there's everything about her. It's just, you know, she's really good at, I guess, making smiles.
Yeah, I get DMs from Shave, and sometimes I just get messages from her, and I'm like, should I be concerned? Should I? Am I too old? I'm too old. I'm too old for this. I don't get this humor. No.
He kind of reminds me of like Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony.
That goes right over my head. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
I never got into My Little Pony. I just TBH.
I got it secondhand. Some of my friends in middle school used to talk about it like all the time.
Ah.
And you know, My Little Pony and Transformers are both owned by Hasbro, so it's also secondhand that way. But yeah, you know, another silly character, and Shave is that. So yeah, I don't know. I may need to learn how to dill horse piss if things don't change.
Oh, too real. Too real. Yeah. Times when it's like I need to go I need to go date a horse girl now. I will not further elaborate. Don't ask me if I meant a girl who's a horse or a girl who likes horses a whole lot.
One of my friends is a horse girl, but she's like on the other side of the country.
Yeah, that's so fair. I feel like we got so many horse girls with Umamuse coming around. So, and not to say that there weren't horse girls before. I see. Well, you all have definitely been around, but yeah, it's like, well, I guess it's time for me to go out and try to find a horse girl to date and add a horse girl to the polycule. Me finding another trans comic to read.
Your memes would make a fine addition to my collection.
Yeah, 1,000%. This is me. Every time I'm like searching Reddit for posts, I'm like, wait, is this a new trans comic artist?
I literally comment that every time and I'm glad because you know I want them to be uplifted and stuff, you know, because you know there's never too many.
No, there's not. It's honestly so good. I'm just like, you're being added to the collection now. Get followed, idiot. So it's, hey, trans comic artist, if you ever see me following you on Blue Sky, a post of yours is going into a video of mine very soon. That artist found you randomly. You'll never know. You will never know.
I love collabing with like other artists. Like I love putting them on my comics, especially if they're like smaller than me, because you know I want them to get lots of views too. So I guess that's why I started, is just to give visibility to others. Hey, I heard y'all were needing a new party member.
I don't think so. We don't really need someone like you.
You have a problem with trans people?
I meant sheep, but that's even worse. No.
Hey Fern, can I vent to you? These adventures really ruined my day.
Yes, Lamb. Always happy to listen. Hey, maybe I should have them for dinner. I mean, to discuss them hurting my friend's feelings.
Is this comic about eating the rich?
Yeah, eat the rich, eat the transphobes, eat whoever isn't going to accept. It's the feeling of like, I just want to talk to them. Like, no, I just want to talk to them. I just want to talk to them. As you hold like, you know, the shotgun or in Fern's case here, you're holding Fern's like, I just want to talk to them. I just have a few words that I would like to say to them and I just want to talk to them. That's it. That's it.
You know, honestly, if Fern wants to eat me, then that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Mood! Same! God. All right. Now I see why you and me are friends. Oh my god.
Although I am a fan of lamb chops, so...
You know what? That's so fair. Lamb chops are so good. They're so delicious. I honestly really do. They're so tasty. Some salt.
All three of us we can have a cannibal circle.
Yep. So, I use a walking stick, but I don't draw myself with it because...
Collecting minority points! Attention seeker! Real man can handle pain! You're so weak!
And it's also hard to draw. I hate whenever people get upset with others for claiming a condition or claiming something else about themselves. That like I hate this whole people are like, oh, you just want to be oppressed more, or wanting to like, especially when it comes to being handicapped, a lot of that stuff gets swept under the rug and just kind of like people are told to hide themselves because the greater society doesn't really care to see said people. And it's just like, no, a lot of people have a lot of things going in their life. And quite frankly, and in all honesty, you, the viewer, you're just one accident away from also living on like disability or having some kind of disability.
Yeah. And when it comes to like artists and stuff, when they're including these, it's just their lived experience. They're being truthful. So for people to, criticize that, having to hide the maybe less than stellar parts of your life, it's just, it's just kind of cruel because no one wants to be fake.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, kind of like you said, there's like a lot of artists, and a lot of that is, it's just like another aspect of somebody. Me being trans, it's just an aspect of who I am. And the fact that like I share that with people, it's kind of like being vulnerable for a second and just being like, hey, this is something about myself that I'm willing to share with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Frank, I'm glad that you were comfortable enough to share this in a comic with all of us, and you're totally valid.
Yeah. I love Frank's comic. He's delightful, and he has a very, very adorable cat.
He does, fellow cat owner.
We'll sometimes swap cat pics. God, this game is so obviously pandering to the woke crowd.
What?
Developers are clearly trying to remove all the appeal from their female characters. It's all a plot by the woke left in order to push feminism, DEI, and LGBTQ agendas.
Dude, the character is 12.
Yeah, so?
I swear to God. I swear to God. Every time that I have to hear like some conservatives say this point, it's usually one with like a lolicon PFP. And I'm just like...
Either that or they're a boomer looking down at their camera, wearing sunglasses in their pickup truck.
Yeah, that too. And it's gross because like these are the same people who they say this stuff and then are supporting the party who actively tries to like still make child marriage legal.
Yep.
Yeah, I see you Republicans in Missouri and in Arkansas. You think I'm not keeping up with my home state politics? No. Ugh, it's so gross and disgusting. And it's just like, it's just self-projection.
Absolutely.
And it's, yeah, especially like with the crowd being upset with like saying, oh, pragmata is destroying feminism. Look at this cute small child. Oh, why can't I look up her jacket? The game is woke. And also they got upset when they learned that Diana's character is voiced by a black woman, and they're just like crying and seething. And I'm just like, are you, what?
It's crazy because at one point they were the same people who were like, oh no, it's the story and the gameplay that matters. And now they're saying all this other stuff like, oh, it's got to appeal to me specifically. It can't appeal to anyone else, just me.
Yeah, or like, you gotta go make the games you want to see over someplace else. Go make your own games. Go make your own characters. And then, queer people and people of color go and make their own games. Why does this game not pander to me? I'm a white guy. And it's just like, get out. It wasn't for you in the first place. Like, you said to go do this. People did. Shut up.
I mean, yeah, they just go play Black Ops 12 or I lost count. So
I did too. I don't even like pay attention. Go play your Call of Duty the racial slurred game, whatever it is now. I don't know.
I guess my last point for this is like, when it comes to these guys, it's like, I don't like women, but I still feel entitled to them.
Yeah, it's 1,000% that. It's like they still think women are property, and it's just like that's how they act and how they treat people, and it's so gross and disgusting. Like, ugh.
It's like they want oxymoronic women in which like they have everything. Women who have everything, but they also want women who do nothing.
Yeah, they want a mom or a maid for themselves, and it's
like Homelander syndrome.
If you were born with egg-producing equipment, even if faulty, it's proof you are a woman.
Behold, a woman. Hey, what's up? I got this woman here. It's got egg-producing equipment. Isn't that right, Socrates? I'm gonna go back to my bathtub on the street.
You it's like, behold, a man, a bipedal featherless bird. I also would have jokingly like put something onto this, be like, wait, the platypus? Terry! Pteri the platypus or Pteri the platypus.
Pteri the platypus. Pteri the platypus.
Oh my god. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I think echidnas can lay eggs too, right?
I don't know. That's a great question. Can echidnas lay eggs?
I remember I was looking up like knuckles, and then I just saw that fact about echidna, I think. Yes, they do. They lay eggs.
They lay eggs. Oh, holy crap. Sick. Holds up Knuckles. Behold, a woman.
When am I getting my echidna GF?
Oh, God. Yeah. Hey. Are there any local single echidna girls near you?
I think I'll have to ask Ken Panders.
Oh, that's so fair. But yeah, again, it's one of the things that like whenever TERFs or transphobes try to like do the whole define a woman for me, and it's just the definition that a lot of people use is someone who is typically born female, which leaves a bit of ambiguity to include trans women as well, because they, the typically there is doing the lifting. But when you like ask them, they just say things that are like anything that is like, well, they have periods. And it's like, well, okay, some women don't have periods. They're egg producing. Some women don't have a uterus, period. Or they got all their eggs scraped out. Well, and it's just, or their XX chromosome. And it's just like, oh my God, what about intersex people who have like XXY chromosomes? Like it's so it's just so frustrating that people, regardless of like how transphobes or TERFs try to define a woman, it is going to exclude women.
Yeah, and like they can't really define womanhood either. Like they can't describe like, or I guess put in a box the type of lifestyle that a woman should have, because it feels like, especially when it comes to just defining a woman and all that, it's very American centric. It never takes into account how other cultures view, women and womanhood. So, just I guess knowing this country's history with misogyny and its history with women's rights, to try and say that that should be the case for basically all women around the world, it's just so gatekeepy.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like beauty standards, where it's like, a white Eurocentric standard, and you're trying to push that onto various people and like cultures. And like there's a lot of beauty in indigenous cultures and in African cultures and various Hispanic cultures that are not white facing. And like it's so gross to see, because like if you don't have a defined set standard for things like this, you'll allow for creativity to be bred and to like go out, and you include more people, and it's just really beautiful. And being able to like allow for people to cross cultures and include various aspects of different cultures into their makeup and like show respect to those cultures. And it's always interesting to see various cultures like interpret different fandoms. Whenever like a black cosplayer is like, oh yeah, this is free run, but they like add notes of the culture and like where they're from into the cosplay a little bit, or like with the black community, hair is extremely important from what I have gathered.
Oh, absolutely.
And so you'll see like different ways for them to interpret various characters, like with their hair. And it's always so interesting and gorgeous. And it's so disheartening and sad that you see a lot of people just being fucking racist for no reason in their comments. And it's just like, just get out of here. Shut up. This isn't for you anyways.
Yeah. Stuff like that, like representing your favorite characters and stuff. Like you shouldn't be bound to like what your race is or your height or weight or anything else or your gender, like it's just, at the end of the day, it's just a costume and it's just a photograph. People should not be getting like so upset over clothing and a photograph.
No, I agree. Especially like when it's an interpretation.
Take it easy. It's just a drawing. Yeah, this world needs more tolerance, inclusion, like multiculturalism. Seems like when I was a kid, like we were all about learning about different cultures and countries and stuff. I just hope that children today are experiencing that.
Yeah, especially with my mom being a teacher, a lot of things are trying to be stripped, and there are some teachers out there who are trying to keep history accurate in a lot of ways and not let it get whitewashed.
Yeah. When I start HRT, it'll make my nipples more sensitive. It hurt a little bit. I can't even touch them right now. I can't sleep on my tummy no more. I actually bought a body pillow so I could decide.
Oh my God. That is so fair. I'm over here just like, you can't sleep on your tummy because your nipples are sensitive. I can't sleep on my tummy because I have a chronic condition known as eosinophilic esophagitis. I medically can't sit. We are not the same.
Can you repeat that, but say it like I'm a small child or like a golden retriever.
Yeah, you can't sleep on your tummy because you have sensitive nipples. I can't sleep on my tummy because I have a chronic condition known as EOE. We are not the same.
Okay.
Yeah, basically my condition is basically my esophagus lining is inflamed permanently.
Oh.
Yeah, so it makes it really hard for me to swallow food. But that also means that anytime I sleep on the right side of my body, or I'm like, if I sleep on my stomach, the stomach acid just goes straight up my esophagus.
Oh God.
Yup. So it's not great. It's a chronic condition.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've had acid reflux. Like having it that much.
I'm just on omeprazole for the rest of my life, which is, it's okay. It runs in my family, as I have learned.
Well, if you're managing it, then, that's good at least.
Yeah. I will say I probably lucked out on that, and the fact that like the chronic condition can be managed. I know so many people who can't even, like, they try to find a way to lessen the condition and they're not really able to because like pain is just so much, or, like stuff like fatigue just hits randomly and you can't always predict when it's going to happen. So it's rough.
I see.
Especially for those who have like long COVID.
Oh God, yeah.
Trust me, for all of you out there who have chronic conditions, I feel for you. I 100% do. Because I lived with this condition untreated for 10 years and I had no clue. But body pillow.
Mine has Starscream on it.
Wait, that's so cool.
If you get me started on Transformers, then this video is going to be like 4 hours.
I will save that for a conversation between just the two of us whenever we're just like body doubling or something. Like, all right, Terry, tell me about the Transformers.
Just the two of us. I feel like I've never really met myself. Wonder why.
True self. Don't worry about her. She's fine and she'll stay there forever. Trust me. Welcome to the brain.
Aw, kind of reminds me of that Shen comic where like the brain tries to leave the box, gets punched.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, nope, I'll just stay here.
Aw.
Yeah, it's so sad. It's one of the things that like, I know probably quite a few people might still be in this position. I was in that spot until I was 28 years old, so don't feel bad.
Yeah.
But like, I do think like a lot of us just live in our own heads for God knows how long until the bars of being caged here are finally broken or have degraded enough for our true selves to finally start making their way out.
Yeah, it takes a lot of like just trust in society and yourself to break out of that cage. But it can be, if you do, then it can be one of the most rewarding things. Like it's definitely not something like you should wait on if possible. But yeah, I would hope that everyone who feels this way now can get out later.
Yeah, and I know a lot of that also comes from just having people around you who will accept you for who you are regardless. And they're not going to try to like push you back into that box. So having friends around you that can really help, having supportive family. And supportive family doesn't mean people who you were born to. You get to choose your family and you get to, dictate who is a part of your family and who's not.
Absolutely.
I've been on HRT for a couple of months now. You think my art would reflect that? Now that's more like it.
Jazz has evolved. Woo!
Oh my God.
Jazz is, oh my God. I love her because, she likes Transformers like me. She likes Kamen Rider like me. And she is great at evolving her art, because I remember at first, like, her art kind of looked like mine. But after having seen this, I'm like, oh my God, you have a neck. You have, like, actual muscles. you have a chin. Yeah, that's great.
Oh my God. You have a neck. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
To me, it's always interesting and exciting to watch like people's art grow and change over time and see how, especially like within their own lived experiences, like how that like influences it and how they might change it up a little bit. So
yeah, and like how they're like when it comes to, because I've seen many trans artists like after they come out, their whole like style change because their perspective on life has changed after being true to themselves and stuff. So it's good to see their art grow alongside them.
This whole trans thing is just a socially contagious fad. It's experimental, harmful, takes advantage of the ignorant, and needs to be regulated.
Invest in Pod GPT, purchase with Podcoin, and receive a free Pod NFT.
Yeah, it's what needs to be regulated? exactly. Yeah, it's wild how trans science has been around for like hundreds of years. And like all that knowledge was basically burned in World War II by the Nazis. Eloquent. But like just, transitioning, the history of gender diversity goes back thousands of years to like 1100 BC when characters in like Greek or Roman mythology were changing gender, And to be told that transitioning now, oh, it's new, people are just doing it for attention, it's just crazy. Because like there's so much history to, the trans community, and for all of that to be disregarded as just, a flash in the pan, it's crazy because these are people's lives. So
yeah, and that's kind of the thing. Like, I understand that the majority of people have never met a trans person or have never heard about transitioning. Like, I didn't know about transitioning until my mid-20s, and I was just like, oh, neat. And like, there was some stuff beforehand that was just like, oh yeah, this trans boy, he was born a girl, but then he was like, I'm not a girl, and told his parents, and now he's happy being a boy. And I'm just like, could you do that the other way? Wait, push that down. But it's just one of the things of like, trans people have been around, since humanity's been around.
Yeah.
And there's been various cultures who have included trans identities or have not had a binary in their culture. And some of those identities are very respected by said cultures and also are like uplifted and seen as people who have done the soul searching and have looked into who they are and are them. I mean, in the case of the Greeks, if I remember correctly, trans women were seen as oracles, correct?
Yeah.
So, and then you have two-spirited people who I know are not supposed to be, mashed in with the trans identities, but it's like their existence shows that there are cultures who have not enforced the binary. And there are other like various identities by other cultures who have accounted for that being in existence. Like I recently learned that the Aztec gods have at least two trans gods. Like it's always interesting to see how various communities and various cultures have had trans people.
Yeah, then there was Theseus from Greece, someone who was turned into a woman from ancient Greek. And then, and I hope this is appropriate, there's a Bible quote. Matthew 19:12, for there are eunuchs who were born that way, and there are eunuchs who have been made eunuchs by others, and there are those who should choose to live like eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. The one who can accept this should accept it. And to me, since we're all free to interpret the Bible our own way, that is the Bible saying trans rights. So the Bible says trans rights. And so I told my poly friend, it's no wonder I can't find a girl. You're hogging it all.
As someone who's poly, if you're interested in any of my partners, it's okay. You can just ask. You can ask them out. You don't even have to ask.
Are you asking me to make a booty call?
You just you. That's it. Like as a poly person, it's just like it's fine. You can just ask. You could just ask them out. It's if you're comfortable with that. If I had any more partners, but sorry, I just saw this.
You have like a library of partners? Like, do I check them out?
No, you just go up to them and be like, hey, I think you're cute. And they might be like, well, I think you're cute.
Okay, what's her number? Her Dewey Decimal number.
So, oh yeah. She is. Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, are you serious? I was.
No. Me saying if I had more partners, that was me being serious. But you say Dewey Decimal, I was like, okay, fine. I'll play into this bit a little bit. Let me go grab out the Dewey Decimal System really quickly.
Oh my god. Yeah, but I mean, me personally, like, I love all my poly friends, but it's just for me. It's just kind of for romance. I think I would prefer just having one. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just like not. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just
No, it's okay.
having one person that I could give everything to, and then like receive everything from. Like it just seems like ideal for my personality.
No, and that's completely fair. For me, it's one of the things of like being poly is I don't have to worry about not being me sometimes for the sake of my partner, while also allowing for my partner to, seek out somebody who can fulfill something that maybe I can't, or maybe I'm not really good at. And it's not that like I don't want to put my full and honest self into being like the best person that I can be for my partner. But like there's some places that, I honestly lack, and I understand that. And I'm okay with my partner finding somebody else to maybe get that fulfillment from. And it's one of the things of like, whenever it comes to relationships, it doesn't matter if you're poly or not, a lot of successful relationship comes from your ability to communicate and to trust your partner. And for me, like my, nesting partner is my wife. So she's monogamous and basically has just said that she doesn't have the energy to date other people, or, is too focused on her classes in school right now. And that's totally fine. I'm like, that's okay. And the other thing too is like, I just don't like want to also like date like the person that you might be interested in. Like, if you don't have to date them, it could just be the other person and I, and then you don't have to worry about it as much. And like it takes some of the burden off of you feeling like you have to do things. Like I just want you to be you, and that's what I love about you, is like you are you. It's just I also like have this ability to love other people at the same time on a similar scale and level, and to allow for that person to be themselves and enjoy who they are for who they are. And it's it changes. It's different from person to person, and everyone's going to have their boundaries. And that's kind of the thing of like, it's all about communication, and it's all about trust, and knowing that your partner or whoever it is that you're dating they've got your best interest in mind, and you've got theirs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, people have different friends to fulfill different purposes, and there's like different levels of trust and, levels of boundaries. So, why can't it be the same way for romantic relationships? So, yeah.
1,000%. Everything's so expensive. I wish the economy was as it were in the 1950s.
I mean, there were still people who were underpaid and overworked even back then.
Oh yeah? Like who? 1,000%, that's accurate. I'm over here rubbing my temples just being like, when I first read this comic, I was just like, the American education system really has failed, hasn't it?
Yeah, not everything was a Betty Crocker ad, Like it wasn't I Love Lucy for everybody.
Yeah, I remember like having this question be asked, like, oh, if there was a decade you'd go back to, what decade would you go back to in high school? And like the number of people that I knew who were just like, oh yeah, I go back to the 50s or 60s. And I just sat there, I was just like, when there was segregation? Like, no, the music was just so good. I was like, but you could listen to that music now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of fine with being in the current decade. Like, it's not perfect, but it's not extremely racist. So, like, yeah, it was.
The 50s is when Emmett Till was lynched. Yeah, so, like, definitely no go for that. The 60s, I could get shot by a cop for marching in civil rights. 70s, I could get drafted into Vietnam. The 80s would be Reagan. The 90s would be terrible economy. And then just on top of that being transgender. So I don't think I could go back in time, really, like, anywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 70s and 80s, you could possibly also shot for just like being accused of like having drugs. Like it's just
yeah.
Oh my god. Yes, the American educational system has failed so hard. So thanks George W. Bush for the No Child Left Behind Act.
All history left behind.
Yeah, all history left behind and whitewashed.
Yeah, but like, this is part of the reason why I wanted to make comics in the first place, was to shine a light on subjects that people otherwise wouldn't normally get. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love all the comic artists that I follow and friends with, but like I have a perspective that's different, and it's something that I feel people could gain a lot from.
Well, and I think it's also just like super important to have the different perspectives and uplift those voices and like, repost, you share, and point people out. Like I just recently found out that you have an entire subreddit dedicated to you. Like, oh, we found Pteri. So I'm just like, hell yeah, that's good.
I remember when I first saw that. That was crazy.
Yeah, that it's so crazy. But you know what? I love it that people are so excited whenever they see you in comments or like on post.
Yeah, it's been really sweet. Whoa, what a wonderful looking town. I even have arms and fingers. Hey, I know you. I love your comics and your hair.
Thanks. You have nice hair too.
Hey, Julia, have you seen my... I guess we sort of look similar, don't we?
Oh my God, when you're like, have curly hair.
Yeah. It was crazy because, like, Julia's white and stuff. But when I first saw her comic and then someone commented like, oh, your hair, your hair kind of looks like, VeryPteri's. And I'm like, oh my God, she kind of does.
That's fair.
I'm really glad that, she's been, popping off, like she's famous and like, she's published her comics and like books and stuff. And, so it's good to see people getting to that level of notoriety.
Yeah, it's good to see like trans artists and comic artists getting their own works published and everything out there. It gives hope.
Yeah, I know a couple of people like Rain Comics were in hardcovers. Tiffany's are hardcovers. I don't know what it would take for mine because like my PPI is only like 300, so printing them on a page, like they'd come out like probably really blurry. So, but like I don't know, maybe if I get to like 100 or something, then I'll like consider it. Yeah, it'd be nice to get them on like shelves and stuff.
It doesn't happen here. I'm gonna have to know so that way I can go and get some copies.
Well, you better come all the way down here to my book signing.
Oh, I will. I'll make the trip.
And we'll make a day of it. A platypus? Prettiest platypus!
We had the platypus earlier. I was like, wait, I gotta have both. I
didn't think you would put this one if you had the other one.
Nope.
I was gonna get them both.
Someone accused me of using sex appeal in that second frame, and I shall neither confirm nor deny that.
What? God forbid a woman show a little cleavage. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, what are we, Soviet Russia?
Yeah, what are we, Puritans? Jesus. Oh my God, that actually is now making me think about, and I didn't include this one, I probably should have, the comic that you had with Fern, where she's like, all right, today we're testing the jiggle physics of estrogen. Bounces Fern watching, just like,
oh. And then my butt cheeks just keep shaking.
yeah.
I posted it and it got taken down from the trans subreddit.
I know. I was like, what?
That's crazy. And then I made a sequel that had me in a nun outfit.
Please, I am innocent. I am just but the humble nun.
I got a kick out of that. That was like, that's so real though. You were so right. Since getting on estrogen, I just back there fills out, and then now that I'm going to the gym and everything.
Yep, I say all the time, lean protein and squats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, the squats be helping. Sorry. But one day you'll be bald like your old man.
Hi, I'm from the future. No time to explain, but you need to take these to prevent hair loss. The future? Why do you look like Angela Davis? Just take the f***ing estrogen.
I feel like a lot of us would be like, just f***ing take it.
Yeah. But yeah, my dad, he joked all the time, oh, I'm bald, you're gonna be bald. And I'm like, nope, nah, I don't care what it takes. And it turned out estrogen was the way to go. So, and I know that some people take what's it called? Finasteride? Is that it?
I don't know.
Thin something. But yeah, it's good how much hair growth estrogen can promote. So, if you ever worry that your hair is not gonna, look good after estrogen, then, just take it from me. It does a lot more than you imagine. And hey, even if it doesn't, there's nothing wrong with wigs, especially speaking as a black woman, we wigs and weaves and extensions and stuff like that, there's no shame in it.
No, I mean, it's just a form of self-expression. So, and yeah, estrogen, can help prevent baldness. And in some cases, depending on the, hair follicles and all that stuff, or the pores, can cause for some hair to grow back. It might not get all the hair back if you have gone completely, or if you have a big bald spot. But like Terry said, there's no shame in wigs, you know?
Yeah, there's plenty of options. So just, ask around, ask other trans women and see what might work for you. And don't be afraid to look for a salon. I know it can be kind of intimidating looking for a stylist and stuff, but there was this website. I forgot the name, but it's like, it lets you look up trans-friendly hairstylists. But yeah, I forget the name. But yeah, just, don't be afraid of that either, because they can point you in the right direction, figure out what you might like.
Well, that's the last one that I have. Thank you so much for coming on here and recording with me. I hope you had a good time and had fun.
Oh, absolutely. I've always been a big fan of your videos. And, I remember the first time I saw my comic on your channel, I was like, oh, I'm getting recognized. So, to go from that to, building a friendship with you and being featured in one of your videos, it's been so, thank you for, the opportunity to, get my voice out there. And, I've had a blast.
Yeah. And would you like to tell people where they can find you once again? That way, I can just plaster all your socials up on screen.
Yep. VeryPteri, VeryPteri at Blue Sky, Reddit, Tumblr, and Instagram. Those are the big four. So if you want to see me there, that's great. Thank you once again, Kat. And to all of you watching at home, I hope you have a VeryPteri day.
All right, kids, as always, thank you so much for all the love and the support. I greatly appreciate you all. A huge shout out to my patrons, my Twitch subscribers, and my YouTube members. You all are absolutely wonderful and amazing. And I hope you all have a very wonderful day. Bye-bye.